The hotel receptionist whispered the words that froze me in place. "Sir, there's only one room left. One bed." Before I could react, she stepped beside me, rain dripping from her eyelashes, cheeks flushed from the cold, and said softly, "Maybe. It's big enough for both of us." My heart stopped. Not because of the suggestion, but because she was the woman I once pushed away, the woman I spent years trying to forget. I swallowed hard, stepped back, and forced a shaky reply. I'll take the sofa." I had no idea that this one night would reopen old wounds, reveal buried truths, and change both our lives forever. The storm had already ruined my plans. My bus was cancelled, the roads blocked, and the only hotel in the small mountain town was nearly full. I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to run into her. And yet there she was, standing next to me as if the universe had dragged us back, together after 3 years of silence. Her name was Alina, my first love, my biggest regret. The receptionist repeated, "Only one room left." Alina glanced at me, trying to read my expression. She still had that gentle way of looking at people, like she saw more than they showed. "It's okay," she said to the receptionist. "We'll manage." I felt my throat tighten. "I'll sleep on the sofa," I said quickly, not trusting myself to handle the situation. She gave a small, tired laugh. Still the same, polite to a fault. We went up to the room, the storm howling outside like the world was ending. The room was warm, simple, and yes, one ridiculously large, overly fluffy king-sized bed. I avoided looking at it. I avoided looking at her. "So?" she began, taking off her wet jacket. 3 years." I nodded. 3 years. The silence between us felt heavier than the storm outside. She sat on the edge of the bed, squeezing her hands together the way she always did when she was nervous. "You just disappeared, you know. No goodbye. No explanation." Her voice trembled and it hit me like a punch. I swallowed. "I thought leaving was the only way to protect you." She frowned. "From what? From you?" I didn't answer. The truth was complicated. Back then, my family was falling apart. Debts, fights, failures. I felt like my life was a sinking ship, and she deserved someone who wasn't dragging her down. I thought walking away was noble. Turns out it was just cowardly. She sighed. "I waited for months, hoping you'd come back." "I'm sorry," I whispered. Maybe the first honest words I'd spoken to her in years. She looked at me, not with anger, but with exhaustion. "I'm tired, Zion. I'm tired of pretending it didn't hurt." The storm rumbled. I whispered, "I know." Hours passed with us sitting on opposite sides of the room, saying too little and feeling too much. Finally, she lay down on the bed and turned off the lamp. I made a makeshift pillow on the sofa. But every time thunder cracked, she flinched. She had always been scared of storms. After almost an hour, her voice came through the darkness, soft and trembling. "Zion." "Yes?" "Can you sit near me? Just until the storm slows. I can't sleep." Old memories rushed back. Nights she'd cried during storms, and I'd hold her until she calmed. I hesitated, then stood and walked toward her. I sat on the edge of the bed, maintaining space, trying not to cross any line. She exhaled shakily. "Thank you." A bolt of lightning lit the room, and without thinking she grabbed my hand. Her fingers were cold, fragile. "Sorry," she whispered. "It's okay," I said softly. We stayed like that, her hand in mine, silence between us. Storm outside, feeling the weight of years melt into something raw and real. I looked at her, and she at me. Her eyes shimmered. "Why did you really leave?" The truth spilled out before I could stop it. "Because I loved you so much it terrified me. I felt unworthy. I thought losing me would hurt you less than staying with me." Her lips parted, breath trembling. "You were wrong." A tear slid down her cheek. I reached out gently and wiped it with my thumb, just like I used to. For the first time since we met again, she didn't pull away. By morning, the storm had passed, but the tension between us hadn't. She sat by the window, hugging her knees, watching the sun struggle through the remaining clouds. I brought her tea, her favorite, the one she always said tasted like comfort. She looked surprised. "You remembered?" "I remembered everything." I said quietly. She took the cup but didn't drink. Zion, what do you want from me now? Closure? Friendship? An apology? My chest tightened. No, I don't want anything you're not willing to give. She stared at the tea, voice barely audible. You broke me. I know. You left me alone when I needed you most. I know. And now you're back, and I don't know whether to scream at you or hug you. I took a slow breath. Then do neither. Just sit with me. Let's start from there. She looked at me for a long time, searching, weighing, hurting. Finally she whispered, I missed you. It felt like the world stopped. I sat beside her, careful but close. I missed you too. Her shoulders shook. Do you know how many nights I wished you'd walk back through the door? I felt tears in my eyes. If I could go back, I'd never walk away. Silence again. But this time it wasn't sharp. It was soft, healing. She leaned her head on my shoulder. I'm scared, Zion. So am I. What if we fall apart again? I gently took her hand. Then we rebuild, together. She closed her eyes, letting the warmth sink in. Hours passed with us talking honestly about fear, love, mistakes. No hiding, no half-lies. The truth hurt, but it also mended. When it was finally time to check out, she stood by the door, looking uncertain. I picked up my bag. Alina? She hummed. You asked what I wanted. It's simple. I want a chance to do it right this time. But only if you want it too. She stepped closer, searching my eyes. Then she said the one sentence that made everything worth it. Let's go slowly, but don't leave me again. I nodded, feeling something warm bloom inside my chest. Never again. We walked out of the hotel together, the storm clouds behind us, sunlight ahead, just like the new beginning we were choosing. But maybe that was all we needed to find our way back.